Mom stole my $40,000 savings to pay my brother's debts. I stayed silent until my uncle asked about his fund. You know, I always thought family meant having a safety net. Turns out for me, it just meant I was the net. Until the day my own mother stole everything I had, then tried to frame me for her own mess. That's when I realized, some lines, once crossed, burn everything down. My name's Lucas, I'm 29, and for as long as I can remember, I've been the responsible one. In my family's secret language, that meant I was the guy they leaned on until I finally snapped. I grew up in a house that always smelled faintly of old carpet shampoo and lemon cleaner, a smell that perfectly masked the total lack of accountability. My mom, Elena, has this smile that, if you only met her once, you'd mistake for warmth. It's a thin, precise smile, the kind she'd put on under bright kitchen lights, offering second helpings as if hospitality could ever replace genuine love. And then there's Adrian, my older brother, 32. He lives life like a group project where he contributes the presentation slides 15 minutes before class, except someone else writes those slides and pays for the laptop. My dad? He just kind of existed on the edges. Quieter, gentler than mom, but always out of the room when the real conversations happened. It wasn't that he didn't care. I think he just learned years ago that caring too loudly in our house was like yelling at an ocean wave and expecting it to listen. 5 years ago, I finally broke free. Rented this shabby one-bedroom place near the river and slowly, painstakingly, worked my way into a stable job at a mid-size company. The most dangerous thing I handled there were passwords taped under keyboards, honestly. And I learned to save. At first, it was barely anything, an emergency fund that looked like a toddler's piggy bank after a tantrum. But month by month, I became almost obsessive about it. I took on side gigs, scrubbing malware from desperate laptops, resetting Wi-Fi networks, cleaning up after all the digital messes people make when they think pop-ups are their friends. No miracles, just pure discipline. Coffee in hand, fingers on keys, stacking the small wins. It was boring, the way peace often is. And after years of living in a household where emotional weather systems came out of nowhere, boring felt like a godsend. The safe came later. I never trusted banks completely. Not when I grew up seeing money vanish, hearing hushed arguments through hallway doors. I can still picture being 7 and watching an aunt cry over a borrowed envelope at Thanksgiving, my mom's voice steady and accusing, reminding everyone that family means shared resources. That safe, it was a dented steel thing I grabbed from an estate sale for $60. It wasn't pretty, but it did its job. It stopped me from making stupid late-night decisions, and it kept other people from doing the same. I bolted it into the floor of my bedroom closet when I upgraded apartments. Inside, I kept a few important documents, a flash drive with backups, and eventually, the savings that had quietly grown past a number I once thought impossible, $40,000. It's not movie-level, life-changing money, but it's a shield. It's a deep breath. It's knowing that if your car dies, you don't have to become someone else's problem. It's dignity with a barcode. Mom knew I had some money. She'd ask me now and then, all casual, what are you saving for? I learned to answer like a politician. Just a cushion, I'd say, or maybe a down payment one day. Those words always made her eyes drift, like she was chasing a thought she didn't like. Then she'd pivot straight to Adrian. He was between opportunities, which, in our family, meant the last one imploded and the next one hadn't been invented yet. He was always and then, the part that shocked everyone watchful story.